Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to 2nd PUC Business Studies online classes. Friends, in the previous class we have studied about the consumer product. Under product we have studied consumer goods, right? And the types of consumer goods. Now in today's class let's move on to the industrial goods. Industrial goods or industrial products. Industrial products. What do you mean by industrial products? I have explained in my previous class, isn't it? Industrial products are not for ultimate consumption, but they are purchased by industrial users for further production in their factories or that is machines, or further processing will be done and then only it will be sold to ultimate consumers. They are the goods which are not fully finished, which are not for ultimate consumption but for further production by industrial users. So industrial goods are not like consumer goods. They are not available in all the places. They are not available like consumer goods we are getting in varieties of stores, isn't it? They are sold by limited people, limited sellers, because the demand for industrial goods is lesser than the consumer goods. Now let us do the classification of industrial goods. Industrial goods can be classified into three categories: materials and parts. Materials and parts. The second one is capital items. Capital items and supplies and business services. Third one is supplies and business services. Business services. Materials and parts. What do you mean by material? Material means that is raw materials. Raw material, isn't it? Parts, that is which are required for assembling together and to sell it as a complete product to the consumers, isn't it? Like automobiles, tire, isn't that is required, or any other that is material that is extra fittings that are required. Those are called parts, isn't it? Those are parts. Then under that is the main feature, let us study about the main features of industrial products. Here capital item means which are used in the manufacture of that is finished product. Manufacture of finished product, and that is business services, supplies and business services. Supplies like lubricants, isn't it? All these are required consumables. Then business services, that is service that are required to be given. So that is that comes under the industrial products. Now features of industrial goods is number of buyers. First one is number of buyers. As I already told you, number of buyers in case of industrial goods, industrial products is very less compared to consumer goods. Consumer goods, you can see a number of shops selling the same types of goods, isn't it? or similar type of goods or identical goods they sell. So number of buyers in case of industrial products is very less because industrial consumers are less, industrial users are less compared to the number of consumers for consumer goods. So naturally the number of buyers will be limited in case of industrial products. Second one is channel levels. Channel levels. In case of industrial goods, the channel levels, level is very less. Mostly there will be direct selling by the growers to the manufacturers, isn't it? In case of agricultural industries, they buy directly from the agriculturists, or they grow in their own farm. The industries, they grow in their own farm, isn't it? Like Tata, they have their own tea estates, from where they will collect the raw materials of tea, that is tea leaves, and they will use it in their own company, isn't it? That is so there will be either they will produce on their own the raw materials, or they will directly purchase from the buyers. Maybe one agent will be there, the person who will collect all the goods, that is together, the raw materials together, and he or she will supply it to the industries. So multi-level channels are not there in case of industrial products, that is one level, two level, wholesalers, agent middlemen, retailers, they are absent in the chain of distribution in case of industrial products. The next one is geographic concentration. Geographic concentration. Geographic concentration in the sense, these industries are concentrated in a particular area mostly. If you go to Gujarat, especially Dadra and Nagar Haveli, that is a union territory, isn't it? There you will find a number of textile industries, synthetic industries you can find concentrated in a particular, that is a vast area, and even the buildings are constructed in such a way that very difficult to trace where you are supposed to go. Unless you have proper address, you won't be in a position to reach over there, because all the streets, all the buildings are alike. You will get confused unless you see the number plate. There is a street board will be there, isn't it? You have to see that, and for each industrial building there will be a number. That is a plot number, survey number, something like that, it is there. So you have to see that, and then you have to enter inside. Otherwise you will get confused to enter also. So it is concentrated over there, like cotton textile in Manchester, isn't it? And even in Bangalore, some there is power looms. You can see these things only concentrated in a particular area because of the special advantages they are getting. Sometimes government will declare, like Northeast, that is notification was given by the company, that's by the central government, sorry, for the industries which concentrate in northeastern region. Some areas have been defined. In those areas, if someone starts industrial units, then they will get total exemption from all the taxes, like central excise. Now it is GST, isn't it? Then sales tax. All these are exempted, and they will get free, that is land on lease for a longer period of time, isn't it? Then they will get free power, no need of licensing and all those things. So such, that is for the liberalization of, that is industries, and for, that is balanced development of area, to bring up those areas as from backward to, that is forward areas, isn't it? For that reason, the central government gave some benefits to those industries who established in such areas, remote areas, backward areas. So that is because of that, industries will concentrate over there. So for getting special advantage, when they get additional advantage in a particular area, all the manufacturers or all the entrepreneurs, they will move towards that area and they will set up their industrial establishment and they will start producing the goods over there. Then what happens? That area will become industrial area and industries will concentrate over there. So that is geographic concentration. Even in case of raw materials, in some areas deposits are there, isn't it? The raw material deposits are there. So industries will concentrate nearby that. If the raw material is bulky one, then naturally transporting the raw material, bulky raw material to the place of production will be difficult. So industries will concentrate near the that is the raw material producing areas, isn't it? So naturally geographic concentration is the specific, that is special feature of industrial goods. Third one is derived demand. Derived demand. What do you mean by derived demand? That is, demand is not direct. Demand for industrial goods are not direct. It depends upon the demand for the consumer goods. Let me give best example, sugar cane. How much demand is there for sugar cane? How many of you will buy sugar cane? And because nowadays the strength of the teeth, isn't it, of the people is very less compared to olden days. They used to eat one full sugar cane without using a knife or, isn't it, sickle. They used to remove the outer skin by using the teeth only. So strong was their teeth. So now my point here is, for sugar, everyone purchases sugar, isn't it, for their household consumption. So demand for sugar is more than the demand for sugar cane. And sugar is purchased or demanded in smaller quantities, but sugar cane is demanded in huge quantities. One person purchases, the industrial unit purchases in tons, not in kgs. But sugar we will purchase in kgs, maybe half kg, sometimes quarter kg, isn't it? Or 1 kg, like that, that's all, not more than that. So derived demand, when the demand for sugar increases, when there are more functions, take the case of COVID, friends. During that time, all the functions have been, that is stopped. Demand for sugar decreased. So what happens ultimately? Demand for sugar cane also will decrease. For how much time you will store those sugar canes? It will deteriorate in quality, isn't it? So for that reason, no industries will be happy to buy sugar cane in huge quantities, because there is no demand for sugar. No functions are there. Functions are not there at all. And now it is there are restrictions. Even if it is open now, 50 maximum 50 members, maximum 100 members, not more than that, like 5,000, 4,000, depending upon our capacity, isn't it? People used to show their capacity by giving invitation to all the people. The hall gets filled, and like 3,000, 4,000 people, they used to come for a function. Now it is reduced. Ultimately what happens? The demand for these items will decrease, the consumer product will decrease, and ultimately it reduces the demand for the raw material also, that is sugar cane also. So that is derived demand. Whenever there is increase in the demand for consumer products, the raw materials of those consumer products will have more demand if there is more demand for consumer goods, isn't it? If there is decrease in the demand for consumer goods, ultimately there will be decrease in the demand for the raw material of that particular consumer goods. So that is the derived demand. Next one is role of technical considerations. Technical considerations. Of course, in case of industrial goods, technical consideration is a must, is very, very important, because if you purchase, that is a second quality, second grade raw material, then you cannot give good quality, first class quality, that is consumer goods. So technical aspect will be considered a lot. It will be taken into consideration while selecting the raw materials for production. Like, let me give best example, low quality sugar cane if you buy, then the quality of the sugar will decrease, isn't it? And again, in case of this cashew nut, isn't it? If you buy low quality cashew nut, you will not get that higher grade kernels. Ultimately, your profit margin will decrease. When you get higher grade kernels, then those kernels have more demand and more price. So ultimately, your profit margin will increase. So that is technical consideration. Next point to be noted, which is the feature of industrial products. Then sixth one is reciprocal buying. Reciprocal buying. This is like, if you look at me, I will look at you. Isn't it? In the same way, industries, they will have some mutual agreements among them. You buy my finished good, I will buy your raw material, like Leyland, Ashok Leyland and MRF tires. Whenever Ashok Leyland needs tires, they will buy from MRF tires. And whenever MRF tire needs trucks, it will buy from Ashok Leyland. So that is mutual agreement between two manufacturers to buy and sell their products only. That is, one party will sell raw materials, the other party will buy the finished goods, and the settlement will also be like that is a net amount will be paid or received by these concerns. That is called reciprocal buying. In simple, it is like, if I look at you, if you look at me, I will look at you, isn't it? When you take care of me, then I will take care of you, like that. That is called mutual agreement between the industrial concerns. So that is called reciprocal buying. The next one is leasing out. Seventh point is leasing out. It is nothing but mostly the work of that is purchasing raw material will be leased out. That is, someone will replenish the stock whenever the stock comes, there is a quantity of stock decreases in the industry. Nowadays, such an agreement is there, that is logistics alliance is there, like Pizza Hut, isn't it? In Bengal, they will keep only 2 hours raw materials as stock. Whenever the stock reaches the danger level or about to finish, then the next truck will come, and the other truck will be somewhere nearby. Next truck will be a bit far from the third truck, like that. We will manage in such a way, because nowadays GPS system, when you apply it to the vehicle, it is very easy to trace where your vehicle is, isn't it? That is global positioning system. By introducing this, you can find out where your vehicle is by sitting in an air conditioned room. And never it will be ordered like send 1 truck raw material to me, send 2 trucks, like that. No order will be placed. There will be long term agreement, which is called logistics alliance, where the company, the supplying company, raw material supplying company, they can monitor from their AC room how much stock is lying in the factory or the place of manufacture, and how many trucks are moving on the vehicle related to them, and how much is to be replaced now, isn't it? So these can be received through that is a system, computer system. They will come to know the entire quantity that is issued for production, because the system, that is app that is used by the manufacturer, will be given to that is a logistic alliance company, which has agreed to supply the raw materials, isn't it? So that they will come to know each and every activity of the company, and they will replenish the stock, and there will not be any such that is a case where the raw material goes out of stock or zero, because their management is like that. So that is called logistics alliance. So leasing out will help the company not to concentrate on that is ordering, receiving. All this headache will be reduced by the company. So this is special feature of that is industrial products. Then materials and parts, I already told you. Materials means the raw materials itself, isn't it? Include that is like sugar, cotton, sugarcane, oil seed, all these are raw materials. And parts, there are like component parts, component materials like glass, iron, plastic, isn't it? Component parts such as electric bulb, all these and battery, all this comes under that. Capital items, they are used in the production of finished goods like elevators. We use hydraulic pallet trucks, pygmy pallet trucks we call it as, which are used for movement of material from one place to another place, that is raw materials, isn't it? We have to issue it from the storeroom to the production center, for which we need elevators, forklifts, or all these are, that is helping machines which we use. They are called, that is capital items, isn't it? Then supplies and business services, they facilitate developing or managing the finished product like a computer, stationery, writing paper, lubricants, isn't it? These are coming under supplies and business services. So and main difference between the industrial products and consumer products is that industrial products are having derived demand and consumer products are having direct demand. Then number of buyers in case of industrial products are less, and in case of consumer products number of buyers will be more. And in case of industrial products, they are demanded in bulk, huge quantity it will be purchased, but consumer products, they are purchased as per the requirement of a small family, or it is demanded in small quantities as per the requirement. Geographic concentration is not there in case of consumer goods because it is widespread. Wherever there are human beings, there will be a demand for, that is consumer goods, but here it is geographically concentrated. Industrial products, they are geographically concentrated. And technical concentration in case of consumer products is absent, but in case of industrial products, technical concentration is the most important feature. Reciprocal buying is not there in case of consumer goods because consumers, they will buy, they will not sell anything to the retailer, but in case of industrial products, there will be reciprocal buying or mutual agreement between the buyer and the seller, two industrial centers. Leasing out is not there in case of consumer goods, but in case of industrial goods, leasing out is there. So these are the main distinctions between the industrial products and the consumer products. We'll move on to the next concept, that is branding, in the next class. Yes, now take down assignment. Mention the features of industrial products. Mention the features of industrial products. Yes, submit assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.